Hi everyone, I am super excited to share with you that I am starting a new playlist dedicated to test automation with Python. In this playlist, we will go step by step covering everything that you need to master test automation using Python. We will start with fundamentals of Python to make sure that you have a strong grasp of language before diving into the topic of test automation. Here is what we will cover. Let us go to the course overview. So we will start with basics of Python programming. We will try to understand the overview of Python and how to install Python on your machine, how to install and setting up an IDE for Python, and we will start with writing our first program. Okay. After that, we will go a little bit detail into Python programming. We will start with the variables and data types, the operators and expressions, the command line parameters, reading and input from the keyboard. Then we'll deep dive into the control structures like the if, else statements, that is conditional statement. Then we'll go to the loops, different kinds of loops, for loops, while loops, things like that. And also we will explore the range functions. Then we will try to understand the Python data structures with the list, tuples, directories and sets, and examples how to work with them, and different kind of operations that we'll try to do with them. Then we will try to understand working with file, like opening a file, reading a file, reading a text file, reading a binary files and things like that. Then we will go into the functions, the syntax of the function, the functions with the parameters, functions with the return values, and different types of parameters like args, kw args and things like that. And then we will go into the error handling and exceptions and error handling in case of Python. Then we'll try to understand the modules and packages, importing and creating a modules using the packages and things like that. Finally, we will go into the OOPS concept, that is the object oriented programming in Python using the classes and objects, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation and abstract, different kinds of the properties of object oriented programming with Python. Once we are comfortable with Python programming, we will move on to the Pytest, a widely used test automation framework. We try to explore the basics of Pytest, writing and organizing the test cases, and creating a parameterized test using the fixtures for setup and teardown and for other operations. After mastering Pytest, we will dive into the real-world automation scenarios, including the web UI testing, automating the browser interactions with Python and Selenium, API testing, validating the RESTful APIs and the SOAP services using the Python and the request libraries. We'll also dive into the database testing, ensuring the data integrity. Then finally, we will cover behavioral driven development, that is BDD, using Behave, writing the test in a normal language or a natural language or in English like languages. This playlist is designed to be practical, hands-on and beginner friendly. By the end of this series, you will have all the knowledges and skills needed to build robust, scalable and efficient automated testing using Python. If you are ready to start your journey into Python-based test automation, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a single lesson. Let's get started.